This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. The next one, already constructors and destructors completed, sir. One more program is, for example, write a program. One more program is write a program. Okay. To count the number of objects are created a particular class. How many number of objects are created in a particular class? For example, we are creating one class to creating a number of objects. For example, this is a class name is sample and colon symbol. For example, here we are creating an object h1 equal to sample class. Okay. h2 equal to sample class, creating an object. Now the s3 equal to sample class. These are the objects. Here the sample is a class. Here the sample is a class, and s1, s2, s3 are called as a object. How many objects? Right? You have to count the number of objects. Okay, number of objects are created in a particular class. How many number of objects are created? For example, 3 objects are created. For example, we are creating one more object. C4 equal to sample. We are creating another object that is called as a another object. Now the total number of objects are total number of objects equal to present 4 objects to count this program. Now here class sample. Now we are using the another one variable. The variable is called count. The count initial value equal to 0. The count initial value, starting value equal to 0. Whenever you are creating an object, immediately execute one function. The function is a init function. def underscore 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 init underscore underscore, not the hyphen underscore of self. So whenever you are creating the object, this is the object. This object created automatically execute the body of the init function. Now immediately the body of the init function sample.count equal to sample.count plus 1. Sample.count value plus 1, not the self.count. Why? Because it is a class level variable. It is not an object level variable. Sample is a count is a class level variable, automatically creating this object. Now the counting display count, display of so enter function. Now the print of number of objects equal to number of objects equal to comma sample dot count. Here they creating a number of objects. How many objects are created in a particular class? Now here the number of objects are 4 objects. The output equal to the number of objects equal to count value. Now here a class, this is a sample class. In this sample class, only one variable. The variable is count value equal to 0. Clear? First one. Okay. First one, the count value equal to 0. Clear, guys? The first count value equal to 0. This is an object. This is the object creation. S1 object created. Whenever you are creating a S1 object, automatically by default this function will be executed. So now here sample dot count value plus 1. Here the sample dot count value is 0. 0 plus 1, 1. This value is assigned to count value. Now here the count variable initial value 0. After executing the S1, the count variable value is 1. Okay, again go to back. Again go to the main program. Again immediately creating another object. So now they immediately execute the again automatically execute this function sample dot count value plus 1. Sample dot count value is 1. 1 plus 1, 1. Now the sample count value equal to 2. Again go to back, count value 3. Again here the count value equal to 4. After executing all the values, print the count value only. Here to print the count value. So okay, now the sample dot, but not the assigning the sample dot display to call the sample using the class name. Here without using self parameter. So this method is called as a class level method. This method is called as object level method. We are using the self method, so it is called as an object level. Now without self, this is called as a class level variable, class name dot display. We are executing this program, run the program. Here the total number of objects are created, only 4. The total number of objects are created, only 4. The above program also executed. So now here, stop the comment symbols. Okay. Now here, to run the sample program, the total number of objects equal to 4. For example, deleting these 2 objects. Deleting these 2, but because we are using the, okay, and comment section also. Now the total number of objects are only for, here the total number of objects are only for 2 objects. Now for example, executing the, one more object created, S4 equal to sample, another object created. S6 equal to sample. Again print the value. Sample dot display. Sample dot display is also created. Now run the module. First, before up to here, the total number of objects are 4. Okay. After creating 2 objects, so again the call the function execute the total number of objects equal to 6. This is the program to creating a using a default constructor. This is the default constructor. And after that, after creating it's a constructor complex. Now after creating, executing the, if you want to execute the destroying also del s1, comma s2, comma s3, comma s4, comma s5, comma s6, including the distraction also. The distraction means we are using one more function, def underscore underscore del underscore underscore of self destroy. Okay, print of, okay, all objects are destroyed. All objects are destroyed. That means deleted. All objects are deleted. Destroyed means, but not another term. It is also called as indirectly deleted. Okay. After executing this statement, this function will be automatically executed. All the objects are automatically destroyed. Okay, clear? Okay. First S1 destroyed. Here this is the S1. S1 is destroyed. Okay, S1 destroyed, S2 destroyed, S3 destroyed, S4, S3, and S5. For example, simply object destroyed. Okay. Object destroyed. Object deleted. Object deleted. Simple message. Object deleted. Okay. Right. Object deleted, and so on. Objects are deleted. Number of objects are deleted completely. Clear? Up to here, clear, and all of you. Now, for example, comma, self, and comma, it is also called as self. So, okay, this is the object address of the object. Here, the address of the object. To delete the address of the object. No, not needed. We are using for only for object. That's right. Clear, guys, up to here. Okay, I already covered topics are completed. Topics are what is the class completed, what is object completed, what is constructor is completed, what is destructor completed, and what is the self argument or self parameter. It is not a complete keyword. One more is the underscore init function, okay, of self completed, and one more underscore del underscore self are completed. These are the two are the inbuilt functions. These functions are automatically executed at the time of object creation, at the time of object destroy. And one more topic, very important topic in object-oriented programming, that is called as a inheritance. Sir, what is inheritance? But in general meaning, what is inheritance? And in general meaning, inheritance. What is inheritance? General meaning, in our Telugu language. What is inheritance? Inheritance means Telugu ఏమంటామండి వాటిని వారసత్వం అంటాం. తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు వాటిని వారసత్వం. వారసత్వం మీన్స్ అమ్మా వారసత్వం అంటే ఏంటి? ఓకే, ఆటోమేటిక్ గా మనకి ఫాదర్ నుంచి మనకి వస్తుంటాయి. వారసత్వం అంటే ఏంటి? సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మన ఫాదర్ క్లాస్ అండి. జాగ్రత్తగా ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ ఫాదర్ క్లాస్. ఓకే, ద ఫాదర్ క్లాస్ టు చైల్డ్ క్లాస్. ఫాదర్ క్లాస్ టు చైల్డ్. ఫాదర్ నుంచి చైల్డ్ డిస్ట్రాయ్ అవుతున్నాడు. సో ఈ డిస్ట్రాయ్ అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? ఆటోమేటిక్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ అవుతున్నాడు ఫాదర్ నుంచి చైల్డ్ అనేది. సో ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ లో ఫాదర్ కి ఇట్స్ ఓన్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఉంటాయి. ఫాదర్ కి ఇట్స్ ఓన్ ఉంటాయి ప్రాపర్టీ. ఫాదర్ కి ఓన్ ఏముంటదండి? ఒకటి ఫాదర్ సర్నేమ్ ఉంటది, ఓకే, ఫాదర్ నేమ్ ఉంటది, అండ్ ఫాదర్ ఏజ్ ఉంటది, అండ్ ఫాదర్ కలర్ ఉంటది, అండ్ ఫాదర్ హైట్ ఉంటది, అండ్ ఫాదర్ సంబంధించిన కొంచెం ఇంకా రకరకాలు ఉంటాయి, అండ్ ఫాదర్ సంబంధించిన బ్యాంక్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఉంటది, అండ్ ఫాదర్ సంబంధించిన ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఉంటాయి. ప్రాపర్టీ ఆల్ దీస్ ఆర్. So all these are the some of the items derived from father to child, but not all. Some of the items are derived from father to child. Surname is derived from father to child name. Automatically derived from father to child, but name is not derived. Father name is XX, the son name is or child name is YY. Son or daughter, the names are YY, and age is not derived, and color is almost derived. Your father is red color, automatically you are red color, you are black color or something. Okay, so now the color is automatically derived. Surname is derived and the color derived, and automatically most of the parents derived from the height also. Okay, height. So automatically 5.6 or 5.86 and 6.7 so value. So automatically derived the height also. Not only father, either mother also. Not only father, only parent. This class is called as a parent class. This class is called as a parent class, either father or mother, deriving the properties from one class to another class. Surname derived, color derived, height derived, and bank balance also derived, and properties also derived. not completely derived. That is called as one type of derivation. But this class is called as a first class is called as a super class, and another class is called as a derived class. And this class is called as the first class is called as a base class. The first one is called the base class. Here the terminology is important. Base class. Okay, it is a derived. It is a super class, and it is called as a subclass. Okay, now clear. So that means to deriving the properties. What is inheritance? To deriving the properties. To deriving means derived. To deriving the properties. Properties means either in our computer science work, either variable or method. To deriving the properties from one class to another class. From one class to another class. Okay, derive the properties from one class to another class. This type of derivation, this concept is called inheritance. This concept is called inheritance. Deriving the properties from one class to another class. The concept is called inheritance. Now, in every programming language, object-oriented programming supports, C++ supports, and Java supports, and PHP supports, and JavaScript supports. Okay, and R programming language supports. Some of the programming language support the object-oriented programming language support, but almost C++ language supports the inheritance concept. Java support inheritance concept. Similarly, the Python supports inheritance concept. In Python, okay, right? Python supports 5 types of inheritances. 5 types of inheritances. These are: number 1 is single inheritance. Number 2 is multi-level inheritance. Third one is multiple inheritance. Okay. Inheritance. And the fourth one is hierarchical inheritance. And the fifth one is hybrid inheritance. Right? Now, most of the programming language supports 5 types of inheritance. C++ supports 5 types. Python supports 5 types. Only Java supports only 3 types. of inheritances. 5 types not supported. Some of the programming language supports another one also, that is the cyclic inheritance also. But Python does not support the cyclic inheritance. So Python supports only 5 types of inheritance. Sir, what is single inheritance, sir? So first of all, what is single inheritance? 5 types now. Single inheritance means, so it is, for example, it is a parent class. That means to derive the properties from one class to another class. It is a parent class. To derive the properties from parent class to child class. This is called as a single inheritance. Means it is a super class. And it is called as a subclass. Or it is a base class and it is called as a derived class. Or it is called as an old class. It is called as a new class. Old and new. Old or new. Super or sub. Base or derived class. The derived class. What is single inheritance? The derived class is derived from only one base class. The derived class is derived from only one base class. It is called as a single inheritance. Sir, what is multi-level inheritance? So it is called as a, for example, it is a grandparent class. It is called as a grandparent class. The grandparent class to parent class. Again, the parent class to child class. In our terminology, first of all, it is called as a super class, and it is called as a subclass. Okay, the first one, grandparent is super and the parent is subclass. And after deriving, and now here it is a subclass and it is called as a super class. Now it is another class, but here it is a derived class. Child is a derived class. The child class, that means derived class. The derived class is derived from another derived class, but not the direct super class. Derived from the another derived class. It is called as a multi-level, different levels. So here the grandparent is super class, child is subclass, and the parent is called as a intermediate class. Our intermediate course, the intermediate, it is a link between the 10th and BTech. Similarly, the grandparent is a class. This class is derived to parent and the parent to child. But here the child class is called a subclass, and the parent is a intermediate class. Grandparent is a super class. The child class is derived from another derived class. Here the parent is also derived. It is also derived from the grandparent class. So this type of inheritance is called as a multi-level. It goes to any number of levels, not only one level, any number of up to n levels. Here we are using only for 3 levels: grandparent, parent, and child. But you can go to the up to n levels, any number of levels. It is called as a multiple inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Sir, what is multiple inheritance, sir? What is multiple? What is multiple? Multiple means it is a class. Okay. Right on. So the multiple means more than one base classes, not only one base class. So now you are deriving from the father class. Okay, you are deriving from the mother class. You are deriving from the so and so class. It is called as a multiple. More than one base class. Father class, mother class, some auntie in a class, some uncle in a class, deriving the more than one base classes. It is called as a multiple inheritance. The derived class is derived from more than one base class. The derived class derived from more than one base class. This concept is called as a multiple inheritance. The concept is called multiple inheritance. Clear, guys? Up to here. I'll go to programming one by one. I will explain one by one. So now the first inheritance is called as a single inheritance. So the first is single inheritance. What is single inheritance? That means the derived class is derived from only one base class. Only one base class. It is called a single inheritance. It is called a single inheritance. This concept is called single inheritance. The derived class is called as a only one base class. Here the terminology important. Okay, inheritance terminology. Inheritance terminology means the first one, super class or base class. Base class. Okay, base class or okay, or sub super class, or it is also called sometimes as a super class, or it is also called as a old class, or parent class. So it is called as a derived class, or subclass, okay, subclass, or new class, or child class. All are same terminology. Child class, okay, child class, all are same only. And now here is a parent class. Both are same. Either base or super or old or parent, derived or sub or new or child. All the classes are same type. So here a derived class is derived from only one base class. It is called as a single inheritance. Now how to derive a single inheritance? That means, for example, A, if the class is A. For example, the class is A. Okay. So we are declaring one class. The class is A. The A class, the class is A, and the class is A. A is derived from A class is derived from B. Okay, now here it is called as a B. It is called as a B. Here, okay. Here A is called as a super class and the B is called as a derived class. A is called a super class and the B is called as a derived class. The concept is called single inheritance. Deriving the class from A to B. It is called as a single inheritance. Or it is also called, sometimes it is called as a parent class to child. Okay. Parent class to child class. The concept is called as a single inheritance. Okay, parent class to child class. The concept is called single inheritance. Any class. The name of the class is any class. Now it is called as a child class. This is called single inheritance. Clear? Diagram. Okay, now the diagram is A to B or the parent class to child class. The concept is called single inheritance. Now what is the syntax? What is the syntax? First declaring a old class. First declaring a base class. Okay, base class name. First declare the base class. Okay, and the list of variables. And every base class it contains the list of variables and the list of methods. Every base class. Similarly, class derived class name, that is the new class, colon symbol. In the new class, as it contains the list of variables and the list of methods. And you guys contain the list of variables and list of methods. Now here it is also called as a simple. Now we want the derived. This class is derived from the base class. So now in the syntax, start the parenthesis, base class name, and the parenthesis close. Here the base class name and parenthesis closing parenthesis. So without this one, these two are individual classes, but not the same class. Without this one, these two are individual class. In this syntax, we are establishing a link between base to derived. For example, we are creating a one class. Simple example. Write a program to demonstrate single inheritance. Write a program to demonstrate single inheritance. Now the demonstrating the single inheritance. It is a list. Okay. Now one question. Someone is asking use of inheritance. What is the use of inheritance in concepts? So the main use of inheritance is the main purpose or the main usage of the inheritance is code reusability. The very important code reusability. Sorry, which I topic. Code reusability. That means deriving the properties from A to B, automatically all the properties, all the variables and methods are used in the B also. The concept is called as a code reusability. The main advantage of inheritance is code reusability. All the code is reusable from old class to new class. The code reusability. Clear, guys? For example, it is a one class and this is a class. Sample is a one class. Now here in this sample class, you are using the one method def. The method name is, for example, some method one. Okay, clear. So now we are accepting self method. Okay. Now what you are using? So print of I am M1 of sample class. Okay. This is the one definition. Clear. And now another class we are declaring class test class. Colon symbol def M2. Okay. Self of colon. Now print of I am M2 of which class? Test class. Okay, clear. That's the main concept. Now after creating, up to here, these two are individual classes. Sample class is individual developed and the test class also individual developed. Now here we are establishing one link. That means the link is sample. So now test class is derived from the sample. Okay, here we are creating one class. This is a sample class. In this sample class, which contains the M1 method. Okay, sir. This is the M1 method. We have the M1 method one. Now automatically derived the test class. So from sample to test class. Clear, guys? Sample to test class. Sample is a old class and the test is a new class. The class is derived from the sample to test. Okay. In the test class, it contains the M2 method, only one method. Now through inheritance concept, all the presented variables, variables and methods from sample to test class automatically derived. The M1 is also derived from sample to test. But here, so dotted line, this is also method. Now here, what is the difference between M1 and M2? M2 is its own method. While the M1 is derived from the sample class. Now we are to creating a object of the test class. P1 equal to test. Okay, clear, guys. Now we are calling P1.M1. T1.M1 and after T1.M2, both are calling. So M1 is also derived from the sample to test because we are using the method we are using the syntax is sample. Now we are executing the program. So up to here and closing the comment boxes and then run the program. Our program is only simple program. Our program is simple program. Declaring a one method, declaring a one class, first sample. Okay, creating a only one method M1. And the test class is created. Another method is that is the M2 method. So now here M1 is derived test sample to test. Now automatically is the M1. Run this method. Run the program. Now, okay. whenever you are creating, first of all, object is created. After object created, okay. Okay, wait, Rahul, please wait 5 minutes. Okay, whenever you are creating a method, and then next immediately execute the T1 dot method. So now automatically execute this method. Now we are using the inheritance. Now which contains the two methods. One is the M1 method and the other one is M2 method. So first of all, M1 is executed, and then M2 is executed. So for example, without this method, here without this link, okay, now we execute the program. Without this one. So what is M1? I don't know M1. Why? Because M1 is not present in test class. M1 is present only in the sample class. That's why automatically it is some error message. The error message is called as a M1 is not present. So that's why you are using the deriving the base class name. The base class name is sample. Deriving the base class name. The base class name is sample. Automatically derived from the properties base to derived class. It's a concept. Okay. So it's originally the test class. It contains originally only M2. But here M1 method is derived from the sample. This class is called as a inheritance, single inheritance. Now clear? Okay. And then go to the multiple inheritance. Now T1 dot M2 is also derived. Okay. For example, okay. Another example. I'll show you another example also. So the next one, second one is multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Sir, what is multi-level inheritance, Andy? What is multi-level inheritance? What is single? Single inheritance means this is called a single inheritance. This is called a single inheritance. You can go to any number of level. Single inheritance means this single inheritance is derived class. A derived class is derived from only one base class. It is called a single inheritance. Here, what is multi-level? The derived class is derived from another derived class. Another derived class. The derived class is derived from another derived class, not the base class. The derived class derived from another derived class. It is called as a multi-level inheritance. It is called as a multi-level inheritance. Here A to B. Here A to B. Again the B to C. Again we are creating the B to C. It is called a multi-level. Here B to C. Here it is called as a grandparent class. Grandparent class. And here it is called as a parent class. And we are defining the another level. Any number of levels. You can go to any number of levels. Not only one level only, any number of levels. Okay. Any number of levels. That is a multi-level inheritance. Okay, now we are using, okay. It is called as a child class. You can use as first example or second example. Child class. Assume right. Okay, first one is a class, A to B and B to C. Grandparent to parent and the parent to child class. Here what is that? Here the first point, A, class A or grandparent class is called as a, okay, here grandparent class is called a base class. Grandparent class is called a base class. And number two, parent class is called a intermediate class. And what is the child class? The third one, child class is called a derived class. It's called a derived class. This is a completely multi-level inheritance. Clear up here? Multi-level inheritance. One simple program. Either class name is parent or grandparent or child, any name. Or the class name is A, or class name is B, or class name is C. You can use any name, not only any name. So here we are using, there is a demo for one simple program. For example, okay, now write a program. To demonstrate multi-level inheritance. Okay, and clear. So first one is to declare the base class. Class A. Simple, for example, capital A. Now it is the body of the class A. Here the body of the class A. Okay, clear. Another class. This is a class B. Colon body of the class B. Clear. Again the class C colon body of the, first I will structure only for the structure of the program. Class C, the body of the class C. Here one definition. B is derived from A. That's why we are using the A. Okay, clear? And here the C is also derived from B. Clear, guys? The C is also derived from the B. Here, first class A, base class. Class B, intermediate class. Class C, derived class. Class A, is an individual class. Now to develop any method, we have any one method, right? Any one method, your basic knowledge, M1, method 1, or the class A, any method. Now we are using the cell. Okay, print off. Okay, I am M1 of class A. I am M1 of class A. Clear. So here the second class. This is called as a second class. The class B is derived from A. The class is second class is derived from the A. Here we are using DEF. Another method. M2 is self. For example, it is called as a print of I am M2 of class B. The method is called as a class B. Okay, clear. Now here I am using the, for example, M3 DEF M3 self of, okay, print of I am M3 of class C. I am M3 of class. For example, using that. Now here the first class A class, only its method M1 is present. Again, another class, the B class. This is a B class. Okay, derived from A. Its method, its own method is M2. Clear. Okay, another class, its own class is C class. Okay, its own method is M3. Clear, and M3. These are the own method. But here we are using the one concept. The concept is called inheritance. Now automatically M1 is derived from A. So automatically M1 is derived from A. Clear, guys. And C is also derived from B. Now automatically M2 and M1 is derived from C. So now actually physically the appearance is only for physical appearance only for, okay, C is only M3. C it contains only one method, but logically C it has the three methods. One is M1 method, M2 method, and M2. Now we are creating one object C1 equal to C1 is the object. C1 equal to C class. Now the class is C. Okay, the class is C. C1 dot M1 execute the body of the M1. Okay, here the C1 dot M2 execute the body of the M2. Okay, C1 dot M3 execute the body of the M3. Now run the program. This is called as a multi-level inheritance. You can go up to any number of levels. Okay, what is T1? T1 is not present. T1 is somewhere. It displays error message T1. Okay, leave it. No problem. So C1, okay, C1 dot M1, C1 dot M2, and C1 dot M3. Here this is C1. Okay, now here run the program. This is a multi-level inheritance. Clear, guys, up to here? Multi-level A, B, C. Three levels are automatically executed. The code will be executed whenever you are calling a function or method. Automatically execute the code. This is called multi-level. Now please wait for 2 minutes. Now another program is multiple inheritance. Sir, what is third method? The third one is a multiple inheritance. Sir, first one single. First one is single inheritance, and the second one is multi-level inheritance, and the third one is multiple inheritance. Multiple. Sir, what is multiple inheritance? Okay, what is multiple inheritance? More than one base classes. It is called as a multiple inheritance. More than one base class. Okay. Now the more than one base class. Sir, what is more than one base class, sir? Okay, now for example, multiple inheritance. Our one is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. That means the derived class is derived from more than one base class. More than one base class. More than one base class. Here up to here you are using only one base class. Up to here single inheritance is only one base class A, only one base class B, only one base class parent class, only one base class child class, and the multi-level also only one base class, but not the directly involved with the more than one base class. Here the multiple inheritance means the derived class derived from more than one base classes. More than one base classes. This concept is called multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. Okay, inheritance. Here there are a number of best examples. One example is, for example, we are using example is first A. More than one base class. Class A, class B, class C, class D. Deriving the E class. Okay, more than one base class. Okay, now the more than one base class. Here we are using more than one base class. The concept is we are using more than one base class A, okay, and class B, okay, class B and class C. One more example, class C and class D class, and we are using the D class. More than one. All these classes deriving the one class, or using all these classes, they are deriving the one class. The concept is called E class. It is a multiple inheritance. Clear, guys? Multiple inheritance. Class A, class B, class C, class D to one class inherited. That is called as a E class. Or father or mother. Okay, father or mother. Okay, for example, grandfather. Okay, now the grandmother. GF. And now here we are using, so some of the properties from father. Okay, some of the properties from father, and okay, for example, here we are using mother. There are more than one base class. Grandfather. Okay, one example is a grandfather, and okay, it's a grandmother and grandmother. Okay, now here deriving the properties, automatically deriving the child. The child class is derived. Child class derived. This is a child class. Child class. Clear, guys? Clear. For example, okay. For example, child class. Okay, this is a father class, mother class, grandfather, grandmother, the child class. ఇలా రాసుకోండి మీరు నోట్స్ లో బాక్స్ ఇచ్చేయండి. A, B, C, D, E to E. Okay, more than one base class. To E. The derived class is derived from more than one base class. Not only one base class, more than one class. E is derived from 4 base classes. E is derived from 4 base classes. The child class is derived from 4 base classes: father, mother, grandfather, and grandmother. For example, assume that child class, it is a child class. The child class surname is derived from his father. More than one base class. The child class is derived from the properties from more than one base class. For example, this is a child class. This child class is derived surname from his mother. Okay, for example, and the child class color, red color is derived from his mother. Red color is derived from the mother. For example, grandfather. So child class derived from grandfather, one apartment. For example, assume that one apartment. The child class is derived from grandmother, just a gold. Derived from the gold. And only one derived class. This derived class derived from more than one base classes from different properties. Surname from his father, color is mother, grandfather from apartment from grandfather, or some land from grandfather. మీ అందరు మీ రియల్ లైఫ్ ఇదే జరుగుతుందండి, చూసుకోండి. రియల్ లైఫ్ లో ఉంటది. మీ ఫాదర్ నుంచి సర్నేమ్ తీసుకుంటారు, మీ మమ్మీ నుంచి కలర్ వస్తుంది, మీ తాతగారి నుంచి ల్యాండ్ వస్తుంది, అమ్మమ్మ లేదా నాయనమ్మ నుంచి గోల్డ్. దిస్ ద రియల్ లైఫ్ ఎగ్జామ్. రియల్ లైఫ్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఇలా జరుగుతుంది మనకి. అండ్ ద deriving from more than one base classes. Clear? Now one example program. For example, to demonstrate, simple example ఇస్తాను మీకు అర్థమైపోతుంది అన్నమాట. To demonstrate the multiple inheritance అని. multiple inheritance. సింపుల్ ఒక క్లాస్ రాస్తాను, జాగ్రత్త ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాస్తాను. వన్ క్లాస్ తీసుకున్నానండి. క్లాస్ నేమ్ ఇస్ ఎడిషన్. ఒక క్లాస్ తీసుకున్నాను, సబ్ట్రాక్షన్ తీసుకున్నాను. ఒక క్లాస్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్ తీసుకున్నాం, మళ్ళీ అనుకున్నాం నేమ్ ఏదో పేరు, మల్టిప్లికేషన్. క్లాస్ నేమ్ ఈజ్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్. అండ్ ఒక క్లాస్ నేమ్ తీసుకున్నాను, డివిజన్. ఇవన్నిటి నుంచి ఈ క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ అనే క్లాస్ తయారు చేస్తాను. calculator class. The class is derived from the again economic laws. So addition class, addition nunchi, okay, all these classes. Nunchi creating it one class. The class is called as a calculator. The class is called as a calculator. Clear? This is a class. Okay, original class is addition one class and one class for subtraction. Okay, one class for subtraction and one class for multiplication. The class name is multiplication. Here the class name is multiplication. Okay. One class name for division. Division. More than one base class. Any number of base class. Now here. So this is the class. To demonstrate the multiple inheritance. More than one base class. Addition class, subtraction class, multiplication class, division class. This is a class in the fourth class. Fifth class, calculator class. So write a program to demonstrate up to same program. 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 First A class class addition. Okay, column. The body of the class is class subtraction. Colon symbol. Class multiplication. The class name is multiplication. Okay, colon symbol. The body of the class is class division. Class division. Class division. Colon symbol. Body of the class. Another class is a class calculator. Calculator is a class. This class is derived from more than one base classes. That is addition, subtraction, more than one base class. Multiplication, comma, division. Clear, observe this one. More than one base classes. This is the addition class, subtraction class, multiplication class, and division class. Or X class, Y class, Z class, A class. Now here the class is the division class. Okay, clear? So now I'll show you with the example on this program class. So now in the additional class, an add function, add of self comma x comma y. We are setting two parentheses for the print of a plus b, some program a plus b, or some x plus y, x value plus y value. It's a simple program. Simple program. Here similarly we are using the subtraction class. We are using sub function. We are using sub function. DEF. The function name is sub. Function name is sub. Okay, in the subclass in that comma self comma x comma y. We are using minus. Okay, we are sending two arguments, and we are using the now the multiplication class one function that is MUL. Okay, x into y. Okay, division. Okay, DEF. Okay, DIV of self comma x comma y. Okay, print of x into y, x by y. This is a multiplication. Clear? Clear? Now another method. Here that derived class derived. Calculator is derived from addition, subtraction, multiplication, and derive and division. Now here one more method is available. REM modular of self comma x comma y. Is another method. Print of x percentile y. This is a complete program. This is called as a addition class, subtraction class, multiplication class, division class. It contains any number of methods. The subtraction class contains any number of methods. Multiplication class contains any number of methods. So division. So all these four classes is derived only one method, that is one class, that is calculator. Now we are creating a C1 equal to calculator. Here the C1 equal to calculator. Okay. Now the C1 equal to calculator of calculator. Clear?
That print daggara self dot x minus self dot y ala rayal ga sir.
This is not only arguments kada requirement. Okay. C1 dot add function, C1 dot sub, okay, C1 dot multiplication, C1 dot division, okay, again here C1 dot mod. The arguments kada direct input. C1 dot mod. Kodaklo store chesinapude ivali ippudu avasaram ledu. The missing two required argument here. Only pass the values also. Here pass the values 10 comma some 8 or 10. 10 comma 8. Any value 9 or 8 any value. Okay. Same or different but not the same value. Do not require the same value 10 comma 8. Okay. Yeah, it is a multiple inheritance. Add, sub, division, multiplication, and so on. Please and wait for a minute. Wait, 1 minute. So up to clear? Add function 10, 18, 2, and 80, and 10 by 82. 1.25 is the float value, and the remainder value equal to here. The remainder value equal to here. This is called as a multiple inheritance. Okay. Thank you.